We're still enjoying a heavy creek runoff this time of year at the cabin. And it's summertime, we're doing wood, we're chopping wood, we're cleaning things up, we're getting things all ready for the summertime here at the cabin. And also it's a time for vacations. And maybe you like to go to different locations such as the Grand Canyon. And if you go to the Grand Canyon, especially the North Rim, you're gonna go to a junction called Jacob Lake. And there at Jacob Lake is a family-owned lodge where for multiple generations since the early 1900s, this family has participated to bring hospitality to people coming to the North Rim. But one of the things about Jacob Lake is you'll be looking for the lake and you won't find a lake. You'll find Jacob Pond because the lake was blown up using dynamite, hoping to expand it, and all it did was shrink it. So it's now Jacob Pond, but we still call it Jacob Lake. Not Jacob's Lake, but Jacob Lake after Jacob Hamlin.
My grandparents started Jacob Lake Inn in 1923. Then I'm the third generation now.
My whole everything was Jacob Lake, my family. Even cousins whose parents weren't here full time still came here and worked and did things. So it made it so we all had a really close bond.
Kind of the glue that's held everything together.
Well, it's fun. I like to work here because everybody before me, like my great-grandparents and my grandpa did it.
Part of being a family business, you all work. As soon as you can work, you work.
My parents finally said, okay, you're old enough to do this now. So now I'm in the store.
I started when I was 4 years old. I've done every job at Jacob Lake. I've cooked, washed dishes, done everything there is to do. You're independent.
I want my children to go through the same thing I did as of working, but at the same time, it's more difficult to be away from friends.
Paiute's named Jacob Lake after Jacob Hamlin, a very well-known pioneer peacemaker with natives in this area. It averages a much smaller size now than it used to be, but it was never very big.
At first it used to just be a motel with 8 rooms and then went up to some cabins. And recently we installed a hotel that has 2 stories and up to 28 rooms.
That's the center to our business. The Grand Canyon makes it possible. So the reason that the junction is where it is now is because Grandpa created the road.
My grandpa's mother, Effie Dean Rich, she used to work here just like I did. She passed away 3 years ago. It's been a little hard.
Especially a family that's as big as we are and still growing and still working and still living together, still like each other.
My hope is that it'll continue as a family business. I would like to reach 100. That's my goal. I hope I live that long.
It's crazy to think that I could be cleaning the same cabin that my great-grandparents did.
I don't just care about what's happening with them here, I care about what happens with them after, because we'll be together forever.
Even to this day, you know, his legacy lives on.
Thanks for watching KINTV, and I'd like to introduce you to the DJI Osmo Pocket. For more than 6 months now, I've been using this new DJI Osmo Pocket, and it is an amazing camera. I shoot all my intros and outros with it. My other cameras are used to shoot the bulk of my stories, but I really like this camera because it just is something I can put in my pocket. I'm up here at the cabin, I don't have any other camera equipment, and I can just bring it up here. I can shoot time-lapse, I can do all sorts of other cool features, I can shoot photos, I can do all sorts of follow me kinds of things with it because the camera does some amazing things, and I can vouch for it after using it for 6 months. It's also a good secondary camera to my other cameras, just if I want to do a 2-camera shoot. There's a link down below on how you can get the Osmo Pocket. It's reasonably priced, and I think you'll enjoy it. I really highly recommend it. And you can start making your own movies about your family using the Osmo Pocket.